Hello students, today we are going to learn chapter Organisms and Population. In this chapter we are going to learn about all the living organisms, their population and their interrelationship between each other, because each living organism for its life and for survival depends on other living organisms. So how they are making or maintaining this relationship between each other, and they are responsible for surviving together, that we are going to learn. And along with that, how it affects their population, growth of the population, that also we are going to learn. First of all, ecology. It is the branch of science that studies the relationship between the organisms and their physical and biological environment. So all the living organisms and their interrelationship between each other is studied in ecology, plus their physical and biological environment, means where they are actually present, their environment and physical environment and biological environment, both study is done in the ecology branch. The level of organization in ecology, there are different levels of organization in ecology, means with all these levels this ecology is made up of. In that, first is organism. First level of ecology is organisms, living organisms of the environment at individual level is a very important component of the ecology. So all the living organism of that environment are the major factor of the ecology. Then second is the species, the group of individuals which resemble each other and interbreed among themselves, means the group of the living organism which can show the reproduction amongst them, and that is called interbreeding process, and they are resembling each other, means they are having a kind of proper coordination amongst themselves. Then next factor is population. So sum total of all the individuals of a species in a specific geographical area is called population, means in a particular area or a specific area of geographical area, what are total number of individual of that particular species is called population of that species. The next is community, group of population of species present in geographical area interacting with themselves, means in a particular area different species would be there, and their individual population number, their interaction, and their means being present in a same geographical area, their interaction of all different kind of species is called community. So community is a group of population present in a particular area, in a particular geographical area. Next is ecosystem. Ecosystem is a functional unit of the nature where living surrounding physical environment, where living organisms interact among themselves and also with the surrounding physical environment, means the ecosystem has different living organism, the particular climatic condition present in that area, the living organism they are interacting themselves for survival purpose within that environment, and this all together is called ecosystem. Next is environment. The sum total of biotic and abiotic factor is called environment, means how is the weather, how is the average temperature, rainfall, everything, soil type, the kind of pressure, air pressure, atmospheric pressure, everything, that all factors are the sum total of all the biotic factor as well as the living organism present in that area, all together it is called environment. Biome. The next factor is biome, the large unit of environment consisting of major type of flora or vegetation and associated fauna in specific climatic zone is called biome. Now what is actually this flora? Flora means all the plants present in a particular area. These sum total of all the plant of that area, different species and number of plant is called flora. and fauna means different kinds of animal present in that specific area. It is called fauna. So all together flora and fauna of that particular area is called biome, means all the living organism of that environment is called biome. Now biosphere, it is a kind of complete portion of the earth which is having or which occupies all the living organisms. So all the living organisms which are present in the on the earth, in the world, they are together considered as a biosphere. So here in this picture you will properly understand this complete earth. The first is the biosphere, means the complete earth is shown in this picture. Thereafter, then next is ecosystem is shown, means in a particular area the energy flux and cycling of the nutrient will be observed, means in this area how the different kind of factors are affecting each other, that is shown in the second picture. Then next is community interaction amongst population. So whatever living organisms are present in the area, how they are having interaction among themselves, that is called community. Then next is population, means total number of individuals of that particular area. Then organism, the survival and reproduction, the unit of natural selection is called organism, because when the living organism will survive or try to survive, they will try to struggle for survival, plus they will also tend to show the reproduction. So all this content or the survival habit of the living organism as well as reproduction habit of the living organism is one of the important thing of the organism with which they are increasing their population and they are trying to survive their next few generations. The annual variations in the intensity and duration of the temperature and precipitation are responsible for formation of major biome. So annual variation, whatever variations are taking place in environment, that means seasonal changes like summer, winter and rainy season, these are the seasonal changes. Along with season, there is a change in the temperature. In each season there will be different intensity of the temperature, and all this temperature and precipitation are responsible for the formation of major biome, means how is the environment of that area, how is the climatic condition, favorable or unfavorable. Based on that, the number of living organisms would be found in that area, and so they are responsible for forming a biome of that area. The major biome are Arctic and alpine tundra, means where the maximum living organisms are found. That area wise names are given in that Arctic and alpine tundra. Next is coniferous forest. Next is temperate forest. Next is grasslands. Then tropical forest. Then desert. These are the different biomes of the world. Next point is abiotic factors. So basically in the environment or in the world, there are biotic as well as abiotic factors are present. In that abiotic factors, the most important abiotic factor of the environment is temperature, water, light and soil. The biotic factors are the pathogens, parasites, predators and competitors. So all the living organisms of the environment are present in the environment are the biotic factors. In that first we will start with the temperature. First abiotic factor is temperature. Temperature, the physiological function and geographical distribution of organism in is governed by temperature. So if the temperature is more, the population of different species in that particular area will be less. If the temperature will be less, then also the amount of species will be less, or the individual of the species will be less. If that is average temperature, not more less and not more high, then such kind of temperature will be most favorable temperature for maximum living organism, and more living organism will be found in that area where the average temperature is found. Temperature affects the kinetics of the energy, BMR, basic metabolic rate. Because of that, basic metabolic rate means the rate by which the metabolism is shown by the living organism and energy is generated. So that basic metabolic rate will be depend on the temperature. The other physiological actions in the organism will be played. In that, based on the temperature, the organisms are of different type. In that, eurythermal living organism. Eurythermal means a living organism or kind of living organism which can tolerate wide range of temperature. Means if extreme hot temperature is there, then too they can survive. Extreme cold climatic conditions are there, then too they can survive. So the living organism which can survive or which can tolerate the extreme range of the temperature are called the eurythermal living organisms. The stenothermal kind of organism, there are many organisms which can tolerate narrow range of temperature. That means extreme hot and cold climatic condition they cannot tolerate. Such kind of organism who can survive in the average range of temperature, neither high nor low. Such kind of organisms are called stenothermal. Eurythermal can tolerate extreme temperatures and stenothermal can only survive in average temperature. Next, abiotic factor is water. The important factor which influence the life of the organism and on which the living organism's life is totally depend. The productivity and distribution depends on water. So productivity and distribution will be depend on the water. For aquatic organism, chemical composition, pH, salinity and temperature of the water are important. Temperature, the water is important. So many factors are there for which the organism needs water. So water is most essential factor for the living organism. Now based on requirement of the water and kind of water the living organism can have or take or consume. Based on that, the living organisms are of two types. Euryhaline. Euryhaline means the organism which can tolerate. Euryhaline means the organism which can tolerate wide range of salinity are called euryhaline organism. Means in extreme haline, haline means salty water. In extreme salty water also the organism can survive. Such kind of organism are called euryhaline, which can tolerate extreme salty water and they can survive in that. Such kind of organisms are called euryhaline. Next is stenohaline. The organism which can tolerate narrow range of salinity, means not extreme salinity they will tolerate. They will be tolerating very narrow range, means average range of salinity. Salinity means saltiness of the water. Such kind of organisms are called stenohaline organisms. Next abiotic factor is light. Light is important abiotic factor because the autotrophs prepare their food material by photosynthesis, and for them photosynthesis is very important process, and for that light is very important. This light source is sunlight, or sun is the source of light, and the light which is emitted by sun is called sunlight.